It's as if the narcissist has a curse on you. You can't let them go. Can't stop thinking about them. And this is too much. But you can break this curse. I'm going to be talking about this in the video. Hello and welcome back. I hope that you're all doing really well. So, you need to break, or you want to break, the curse of the narcissist. Of course you do, because it's not comfortable. They have this hold over you. And enough is enough. Like, let's face it, enough is enough. And it feels so intense. This thinking, this rumination, trying to figure out maybe you should have done this or maybe you should have done that. If you had said this, then this wouldn't have happened. But let me tell you, it doesn't matter what you would have said, what you should have, could have, would have. The thing is, the outcome would have been the same. The narcissist was always going to do this. The relationship was never going to last. And I know that could be quite harsh for some of you, but it's the truth. It is the truth. These relationships are not built on longevity, even though at the beginning, you know, they promise you the world. You're like, oh my God, this is my soulmate. We're going to be together, you know, and they create this fake future with you. But none of it is true. Like, it's never going to last. You know, out of all the years that I've been doing this, I have never known just one narcissistic relationship to work out or for it to be okay. None of them last. So please don't think that you should have done or said something different. This wasn't built to last. So it leaves you in this situation. It leaves you thinking, well, you know, this person was like this. Like, how come, you know, they have changed? But what happens is this person changes throughout this relationship, throughout this connection that you have. They present to be so wonderful, your soulmate, right at the beginning. They mirror you and you think, oh my God, this is just amazing because these people are just amazing, everything that I've been looking for. And you build this construct about this person around that. And it's really hard to let go of that when you're at the other end, when they have left. It's really hard for you to believe that they are someone completely different. And I get it. You're not alone in this. You are not alone. But one thing that you have to realize is you need to let go of who you thought they were, because that isn't them. I know this is difficult and I know that it's quite hard hitting, but the thing is, that isn't them. What they did to you was they lied. They're not that person. Believe me, we all have been through this. Everyone in this community, we have all been through this, and we understand that this is hurtful, soul destroying, and really hard to actually get your head around. But what happens when people are so toxic, or they have a personality disorder, or they are pathological? What you need to realize is these people mold themselves into something that you want them to be. All right, that is literally what it is. It's because of their attachment disorder. This is something that cannot be changed. This is who they are. This is who they have learned to be since childhood. If you look through my other videos, I really talk about this in depth, about the attachment disorder. But you see, this is what they do because they have this deep fear of abandonment. And really, that's what it's about. They have to abandon you first before you do it to them. Not that you had any intention of doing that, but there's something within them that gets triggered, this deep abandonment wound, and they can't stand it. Like, for them, this is really, really hard to change. This is really hard to understand. So this is why they are, you know, so wonderful. They kind of mirror you. They pretend to be someone who you want them to be at the beginning of this relationship, because they need you to fall in love with them. They need you to love them, fall in love with them, be everything. They want you to be like together the whole time. And so that's why this relationship moves so quickly. And so we get fooled into thinking that this person is really into us, that they really like who we are. But actually what is going on here is that we are being mirrored. It's almost as though we are being conned into this situation, not that we knew at the beginning, but this really changes over the course of the relationship, which this is the curse. This is the curse that I'm talking about in this video. The one where we find it really difficult to understand that they are someone completely different. And I feel like that's one of the hardest things, you know, like within my work with clients, I feel like this is one of the hardest things to kind of understand, that this person has got a few personalities within them, or this person isn't who they said they were. And it's really difficult to get our heads around it and really understand this. But working in mental health for quite a number of years, I have found that a lot of people do this because they want the acceptance. You see, this is really important for them, having the acceptance, you know, having that validation that somebody else accepts them who they are. This matters to them greatly, all right? They need that validation, and that's what's so important for this person who has this personality disorder, who has this attachment disorder. It triggers deep wounds within them, and they are not able to understand that. That's why they can't change, you know, the trajectory of their personality. This is who they are. Again, it stems from childhood. It cannot be changed. It can't be molded. It cannot be healed. Because in order for that to happen, they need to have introspection, and they need to be able to understand that actually what is going on for them is actually this, or this is happening. But they're not able to kind of understand it in those terms. And even if you were to say to this person, hey, do you know what? I think I've figured out, you know, like what's going on with you. This is what's happening, and I know how to fix it. I know that a lot of you have written into me and said, can this be something that can be done? And a lot of the time, you know, it can't, because you need to have a level of understanding of what is going on for you, why this is happening. And narcissists don't tend to do that, because their needs are outwardly motivated. So it means that they need other people to be able to validate them, to give them this confirmation. So when you are outwardly motivated, you cannot look within, because looking within is too painful. You've spent a whole lifetime trying to separate from that, to trying to mold yourself into be somebody different. So being able to look within can again be quite triggering, quite horrifying. And for a lot of narcissists, this cannot be actually actualized because it is too painful. It is too painful for them to introspect. And this isn't something that they psychologically can do. The curse is also about the trauma bond that you feel after the relationship. And it's the trauma bond of trying to work out exactly what has happened, why this has happened, and maybe how you can try and make this better. You are not going to be able to make this situation better. It is what it is. It cannot be changed. And I know, again, this is really hard to kind of understand. But actually, you see, the thing is, with these individuals, they are stuck in this loop, right? They're getting their needs met, and their needs, remember, they're outwardly motivated. They're getting their needs met from others. They're getting validated. They're getting that attention that they require. Why would they need to change? If you're getting your needs met, why are you going to change? You're not going to change. It's working. The way that you're behaving, it's working. Why do I need to change? And this is the way that they think. So this trauma bond, you're trying to figure out, you're trying to work this out. One moment, you know, you're really wanting them, you're really wanting to communicate with them, whilst you're knowing that they're the ones that have caused you the pain, but you're so used to being around them, talking with them, but they're the ones that are causing you the pain. Listen to that statement. I mean, listen to that statement and understand that this is toxic. This cannot go on. This can't be real. Like, how is this happening? This isn't okay. And I know that because you're a kind-hearted person and you want to be able to help, you know, this person who you are in love with, but it's not going to work like that, because this is a psychological disorder. This is a psychological ailment that takes years and years of healing if the narcissist wants that. But a lot of them don't. And that is the truth. A lot of them don't. It's about actually letting them go, letting it just flow, because healing in this capacity cannot happen. Healing for them cannot happen. And so this curse that you're under, you know, of thinking about them, pining after them, but also hating them at the same time, feeling anger towards them, this is hurting you in the long run. Staying in this energetic pull towards them, this is hurting you in the long run. There is nothing that you can do to fix this situation, but actually set them free and set yourself free from this curse. You are not going to be able to fix it, although I know you want to, but why don't you direct that attention and that energy back onto you, back onto healing you, and for you learning ways of moving forward. Your life will change. Your life will be completely different. And I know that it will take time for you to kind of process what has happened, process, you know, the situation, process the reality of what has happened, and knowing that actually it's not your fault. It's not anything that you have done. It's not anything that you could have changed or said. It's just one of those things that actually this person had been quite deceitful at the beginning of this interaction with you, that now you are stuck in this loop, stuck thinking this. And you know, it's only in these toxic relationships that you do actually get trauma bonded. You see, that is the problem. You know, when you're in these toxic dynamics, you always have a trauma bond. This is what happens, and it's so sad, because there's nothing. If you were in a healthy relationship, both parties would know where they stand. You'd have this conversation, but this is why you don't get closure. This is why it's really hard for you to move on, and it feels like you're stuck in this curse, stuck in this trying to understand what has happened. But that is what happens. They don't give you any closure because they don't want responsibility. It's like they move on as though nothing has happened. But yet you'll find that they're still contacting you and still watching you. This is what they do. And can you see that this behavior is really unhealthy? Like, it is not normal to be like this. It's not okay to be like this. This is the attachment disorder. This is what's going on. So guys, I really hope that this video helps you to understand that actually, you know what, you've done your best, you've tried, and you know, like, you're at the point now where you're trying to understand this mess that basically has happened. But you will get through it, and you will understand that actually there is nothing else that you can do. There is nothing that you could have done or said or did, even though you were led to believe that this relationship was going to last forever. If you are someone that is going through this and would like to talk to someone, please know that I do offer one-to-one consultations. Please see the description box below. I will also be offering a mentorship program starting in the new year. Again, please see the description box for more details. And I do have the Journal Club, which offers prompts every Monday. And this really helps if you're someone who is receiving counseling or therapy. This is a great tool to help you process emotions and thoughts that are going on for you at this time. Please see the description box below. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.